If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. We're going to start some tomatoes today, and tomatoes you want to start about 6 to 8 weeks before your last average frost date. You can find that at your favorite search engine by typing last average frost date, inserting your zip code. It may have changed since last year as the USDA have re-racked some of those locations. Now tomatoes you can buy them at the garden center or you can start them inside. By starting them indoors, you're allowing the plant to get a good established beginning, but the days to harvest does not start until you put it in the ground. So there's a little garden math there. The benefit to starting them indoors is I've got all of these seeds. Now, not all of them will germinate. So what this allows me to do is be able to put healthy plant starts in the garden at the time that the soil's right and the temperature's correct. So I have got 2 containers here. I got a grow bag and then I've got a 6-inch flower pot in which I am going to mass plant our seeds. I've got beefsteak tomato seeds here and I have cherry tomato seeds here. So the benefit to doing this one pod or one container seed starting method is I can get all of them established, or what will come up, and then I can transfer them over to seed starting cells, and then I know each cell is going to have a healthy plant in it. Some of these seeds are 15 years old. They are not going to germinate. But I've got way more here than I'm going to need on both. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take, I've got B for beef steak and C for cherry. I'm just going to take all of these out of here. There's a lot there. And I'm just going to broadcast on top. And these are all just going to kind of come up in a grouping. Get some potting soil here. Seed starting mix. And you don't have to have a thick coating of soil, but 1/4 of an inch is fine. Pat it down a little bit. Now here's the key in which we can hold moisture in. We're going to bottom water in this water reservoir, and it's going to wick up as the soil needs it. In addition, I'm going to take a paper towel, and that's going to act as a mulch in order to hold moisture in longer until these seeds germinate, which will take about 10 to 20 days. I'm also going to take and top water this as well. The advantage to the paper towel not only holds the moisture in, but as I'm watering on the top, it's not blasting the soil off of the seeds. It's evenly allowing the water to wick through the paper towel. As the seeds begin to germinate, you'll want to look at that 10 to 15 day range and pull the paper towel back to see if anything's germinating. When you begin to see that, then remove the paper towel, put them in a windowsill or underneath a good quality grow light, and then once they get about 3 to 4 inches tall, then I will work the grow bag out on a clean surface and remove each plant and put it in its own individual cell. Many years ago, I was very meticulous about this is a pink brandywine, this is a black crim. We don't do that anymore. It's time consuming. These are all beefsteak, these are all cherry. That's what we go with. If you want to be more particular about having specific varieties in certain areas or certain seed trays, that's your prerogative. So I'm going to do the same with the cherry. Not going to show you, but this is how we will start our seeds with our tomatoes. The advantage again to this is we can get all the seeds to germinate, and then we can transfer them over to our seed tray and know that each one of them. If I just would start the seeds over here, there's going to be opportunities with these older seeds that there may be 2 or 3 or 4 bays or cells that have nothing in them. Then I got to replant and then place catch-up type of thing. So this is how we do it. Maybe it will help you with your seed starting.